A few years ago, I was never really present when talking to people, especially my family members and my good friends that I had at the time, which is weird when you think about it because you would probably want to be more present when speaking to them. I also never really wanted to go out, like at all. I would just prefer to stay inside and play games. And I was very shy and introverted. I was a pretty bad person then. I would never really help people. I would never give to charity back then. Not like, not really that often, to be honest, would I give money to somebody or help somebody. Now, this may sound like a stretch, but these are all because I was fapping back then. Now, the first thing that I stopped doing was I stopped looking at TikTok reels and Instagram reels and YouTube. And that's because it kind of made me more present to begin with and made me more aware of my thoughts, which made me, in turn, actually made me more aware when I had the bad thoughts of fapping, you know. And the next thing I did, this is one of the biggest pieces of information, boys. So I really, really want you to be present and listen to this. Like, grab a notebook, write down all the tips that I'm giving you. Now, every time you think about fapping, do push-ups. Now, I'm not going to put a number on the push-ups, but do it until you're near failure. Every single time that you have a thought about fapping. Now, next thing is when you're about to, or even when you are fapping, imagine who's watching you. Imagine how disappointed your family members would be if they saw the expression on your face. Imagine how disappointed or your like fatherly figures, all the men that you've looked up to that have passed away. Imagine how disappointed they are on you when you start fapping. Imagine how disappointed God is. Imagine how stupid you look, bro. Sitting there with a stupid ass expression on your face. Come on, bro. like it's impossible to fail no fap if you just imagine who's watching you and you imagine the look on your face, like the expressions that you're making. Now be patient as well with it. You know that when you first start NoFap, the intentions, the temptation, it's not gonna away overnight, is it? In fact, it'll probably get worse in the next 2-3 weeks, the temptation. But if you kind of stick it out, the reward is so better, like so much more better if you just keep going with NoFap as opposed to failing in a day or in a week, because the temptation is going to go up and up and up and up, but there's a certain point that you get to in NoFap where you just kind of dip down and the temptation just dips down. It's just not there anymore. Now, don't hook up with girls either. I know there's a difference between fapping and getting with a girl, but if you're getting with 5, 10, 15, 20 girls, what's that the same as? Girls that you don't know, that you barely know. What is that the same as? That's the same as fapping, isn't it? Because there's no connection there. It's like watching it through a TV screen, kind of, because you don't know the person that well. You're just wasting time just to get a quick nut. And that in turn lowers your testosterone, which will actually make it harder to get girls as well. So it's very, very counterintuitive. Now, don't count the days either. I see people on NoFap, like a few of my friends that are like, it's been 5 weeks, 6 days, 14 hours, 39 minutes and 2 seconds. Like, they're counting every like a day. Don't do that. That's only really going to make it harder, in my opinion. That's something that I really struggled with And as soon as I stopped counting the days, the amount of times that I fapped went down. And I haven't fapped in months now. So don't count the days either. And don't replace it with other forms of instant gratification. Don't replace fapping with forms of instant gratification like video games or watching YouTube. Because that's, you're replacing, it's the same as replacing heroin with weed. Like, it's not good, bro. Like, yeah, it's a bit better, but it's not that good, is it? Like, it's still a drug, it's still bad for you. Instead of replacing it with a form of instant gratification, replace it with a hobby. Like something that's actually better for you. And not just only do this around the time that you fap. So let's say if you usually fap, you fap at like night or midday or morning. Replace every time that you usually fap. Let's say you fap at 9 o'clock at night. I know that's pretty specific, but let's say if you fap at 9 o'clock at night usually, replace it with a hobby like a meditation at that same time, and that'll actually help you keep your mind off of it. The next thing I want to say is imagine how good your life would be if you stopped fapping a year ago. Your testosterone would have skyrocketed. You'd be like a big fucking Chad now. Sorry, I shouldn't swear in case there's kids watching this. But you'd be like a Chad now. Like, you'd be like built there. You'd be good. Your testosterone would be so high. But I want to say this. The best time to stop fapping was years ago. I'm going to be brutally honest. The best time to stop was years ago. It's already gone. But the next best time to stop fapping is now. Now, if you like self-improvement videos like this one, which you obviously do because you clicked on this video, like, subscribe, all of that. And also for one-on-one coaching sessions, just email the email below and we'll hop on a coaching call. I'll hop on a coaching call with you. That's about it for today. Stay safe, Kings. I hope you enjoyed it.